So you just bought your first project car. It's slow, it squeaks when you hit a speed bump, and it handles like a shopping cart with a bent wheel. But you love it. You call it potential. And now you've watched exactly 3 YouTube videos, 2 TikToks, and 1 shady eBay listing later, and you're ready to mod your suspension. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Put down the $89 coilovers, Chad. We need to talk. Because suspension mods aren't just about dropping your ride so it looks hot on Instagram. They're the literal connection between you and the road. So today, we're breaking it all down. In simple, non-engineer speak. Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Suspension Mods, where we turn your grandma's Corolla into something slightly less embarrassing. Let's be honest, stock suspension is like white bread. It's safe, soft, and made for the masses. OEMs design suspension for comfort, fuel economy, and most importantly, lawsuits. So when you throw your car into a corner and it leans harder than your uncle after 3 beers, that's comfort tuning. Modding your suspension is about improving how your car handles corners, absorbs bumps, looks, because let's be real, stance culture exists, and sometimes even brakes better. You're not just dropping your car to impress your barista. You're dialing in how it interacts with physics. Okay, first up, lowering springs. These are the weed of suspension mods. Harmless to start, but they will lead you down a rabbit hole of questionable spending decisions. What they do: lower your car's ride height. Duh. Reduce body roll. Slightly stiffen the ride. Pros: cheap, easy-ish. Install makes your car look sporty. Cons: still using stock shocks equals premature wear. Fixed height, no adjustment. Ride quality can suffer. Real-life use case: you daily a Civic and want it to look less like a commuter appliance and more like something you chose to drive. Springs? Perfect. You won't win any races, but you'll win at Cars and Coffee. Maybe. Springs are cool, but shocks do the real work. Think of shocks as the bouncers of your suspension. They keep everything under control when things get rowdy. OEM versus performance shocks. Stock shocks are soft, forgiving, and allergic to fun. Performance shocks are stiffer, more responsive, and less forgiving. Like your ex, but in a good way. Types of performance shocks. Gas shocks. Pressurized for better performance. Twin tube versus monotube. Twin tube equals comfy, cheap. Monotube equals sporty, stiffer, better heat dissipation. Pro tip: if you're upgrading springs, do your shocks too. Mixing old OEM shocks with stiff springs is like pairing fine wine with a microwave burrito. Ah yes, coilovers. The mod everyone wants, and half of us shouldn't touch. What are coilovers? They're a spring and shock combo in one adjustable unit. Think of them as suspension Lego for grown-up car nerds. Adjustable. Coilovers let you tweak. Ride height. Damping. How stiff or soft the shock is. Sometimes camber, angle of the wheels. Entry-level brands, aka eBay specials. Just don't. If they cost less than your phone, they'll ride worse than your aunt's 1993 minivan on donuts. Mid-tier and up, BC Racing, KW, Teen, Bilstein. These won't kill your wallet or your spine. Use case: you want full control. You track your car occasionally. You're deep in the mod game. Coilovers are your next logical step. Just don't set them to max low and then complain that your back hurts. So you dropped your car. Congrats. Now your tires are wearing faster than TikTok trends. Enter alignment mods. Camber. This is the angle your wheels tilt inward or outward. Slight negative camber equals good for cornering. Too much equals hello, tire wear, and terrible ride quality. Toe. It's how much your wheels point inward or outward. Think pigeon-toed versus duck-footed. Even slight misalignment here and your tires will hate you. Solution: adjustable camber arms, toe links, and an actual alignment from a shop that doesn't also do oil changes for lawnmowers. Relatable scenario: you lowered your car, and now your tires look like this, //not good. Get a camber kit. or prepare to buy tires every 3 months. Imagine you're taking a hard left turn and your car leans like it's trying to hug the ground. That's where sway bars come in. What they do: connect left and right sides of suspension to reduce roll during cornering. Upgrading your sway bars means flatter cornering, better balance, more smiles per gallon, front versus rear. Bars: front bar, more understeer. Rear bar, more oversteer. Balance equals key. Don't slap on a fat rear sway bar and wonder why your car drifts like an '86 Corolla in Initial D. Nobody brags about their polyurethane bushings, but they should. OEM bushings are soft rubber, and over time they get squishy. Performance bushings are stiffer and more durable. Why upgrade? Better steering feel, tighter suspension response, less slop and vagueness. Downside: yes, they might squeak. Welcome to the mod life, baby. When to replace? If your car is older than your driver's license, those bushings are probably toast. Replace them when doing other suspension work to save time and money. Let's address the elephant in the room. Air suspension. Pros: adjustable ride height with a button. Smooth ride. Show car levels of flex. Cons: expensive, complicated. If it breaks, you're not just low, you're stuck. Who's it for? You want form and function. You daily your show car. You want to air out at the drive-thru to flex on the guy in the lifted truck. Go for it. But don't act surprised when a valve fails at the worst possible time. Moddy mistakes, don't be that guy. 1510. Let's rapid fire some rookie mistakes. Dropping your car too low, killing ride quality, and scraping every speed. Bump since 2004. Not upgrading shocks when installing lowering springs. Ignoring alignment. Buying cheap coilovers and then complaining your teeth rattle. Going full camber for stance and wondering why it drives like a shopping cart. Modding your suspension is like dating. If it's too fast, too cheap, or purely for looks, it's probably going to end badly. So, should you mod your suspension? Yeah, but not like a lunatic. Start smart. Lowering springs if you're on a budget. Shocks and struts if you're about that ride quality. Coilovers when you're ready to play with the big boys. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you. Good suspension mods don't just change how your car drives. They change how you drive. You start feeling the road in ways you didn't before. You understand weight transfer. You notice things like understeer and body roll. Next thing you know, you're explaining caster angles to your friends at 2 a.m. like a man possessed. That's the beauty of it. You're not just lowering your car, you're raising your driving IQ. But take it from every car guy who's rushed into mods with more enthusiasm than knowledge. This isn't just bolt on and go. Every change you make affects something else. Drop it too low and your axles cry. Go too stiff and your spine cries. Skip the alignment and your tires cry. See a pattern? So mod responsibly. Treat your car like your body. Balance is key. You wouldn't skip leg day, right? Suspension is leg day. And while you're here, let me be your suspension sensei one last time. Do your research. Buy quality parts, not just what's trending on TikTok. Don't cheap out on install tools or alignment, and yes, brag about your bushings. You earned it. Now, if you liked this video and you're thinking, hey, maybe I'm not totally lost in the mod world, then smash that like button like you just hit the apex perfectly. Subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown on wheel fitment, tire choices, or why your eBay strut bar isn't doing jack. Drop a comment below. Let me know what your suspension setup is, or roast mine if you must. I can take it. And for those who really want a deep dive, we've got a whole playlist on beginner car mods. Exhausts, lighting, wheels, and yes, the dark art of proper fitment. Until then, stay planted, stay balanced, and remember, your car doesn't need to be slammed to earn respect. It just needs to handle better than your ex handled emotions. Catch you in the next one.